Listen, who owns that now? Mikita?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have an
Ronick will probably own it next week. We'll see Jeremy Ronick tomorrow afternoon in the NHL All-Star Game. He is the bright light of the Blackhawks just now, along with Steve Larmer. But the guys, when they get together, like to have some laughs, and they would certainly like to have seen that shot by Barber get by Bannerman to get the alumni into this game.
Bannerman has to play the entire game. He's the only goaltender the Hawks have dressed. At the other end, Bob Sauvé has replaced Glenn Chico Resch, who had asked me to mention that his daughter Holly was the one who painted the mask that he was wearing, which I forgot to do till just now.
And Pitt Martin trying to move through center ice. Back on the play, however, is Darryl Sittler. Sittler celebrated his 40th birthday recently. His wife, as a birthday gift, gave him a ride in a hot air balloon. What do you think Wendy had in mind? What would she...
The hot air part of it?
Yes. Up come the Chicago Blackhawk alumni. And Red Kelly parked in front of the net. Kelly playing defense tonight. His position with Detroit. And the Blackhawks alumni are up 3-0. Jimmy Pappin.
Dennis Hull, his line mate, was parked in front. And Jimmy Pappin gets credit, now 50 years of age, as the Hawks swarm the NHL heroes end of the ice. 4 men in front, including a defenseman, Jigs. They're really going for it here.
Yeah, they really are. He had a team record 92 points. Pappy did in the 72-73 season here at Chicago. Got a nice warm welcome tonight. As his name on the Stanley Cup twice while playing with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Director of scouting now in the United States for the Blackhawks.
Red Kelly on a give and go. And Lanny McDonald tried to finish it off, only to be beaten by Bannerman. Blackhawk alumni turn back. Now Dennis Ho bumps into Jim Schoenfeld. Pitt Martin back for the puck. Schoenfeld takes it away from Dennis Ho. Labeled off Dion, away from McDonald. What a player change going on at the Heroes of Hockey bench. I mean, we talk about bad changes in the game today, John. That was a beaut. There's Espo. Again, Bannerman had no problem with that long shot.
Phil's had 6 shots so far. Starting to give that Italian stare at Murray Bannerman. I can see it. I can sense it.
Ivan Boldarev found Darcy Rhoda on the left side. Rhoda with a shot off Harry Howell. Boldarev, who used to be kidded about being the first Soviet in the NHL, was called Ivan Boldarev. He went to Atlanta to deal with the Blackhawks that involved Tommy Lysiak. Boldarev with the puck. And that shot by Mulvey. What a stop by Bob Sauvé. Sauvé and Resch. And at the other end, Gilbert testing Bannerman, who makes a good glove. Look out, what the world? What was that?
I told you Phil's had enough of this guy stopping the puck. This is a little tactic. Talk about a hot shot. Look at this. And a hot save. Oh my, what a blast that was by Rod Gilbert.
Phil getting out of that area.
Phil better get the... That hair may turn gray right in front of his very eyes. Wow.
Murray Bannerman's going to have that glove checked out. They may have to go get another one. Phil Esposito will get ready for a face-off as we pause for a regional break. Sports Channel America's coverage of the Heroes of Hockey game will continue in just a moment.
Planning. Where'd I get the capital to start this business with my daughter? By investing for the long haul. And forget full commission brokers. I called Charles Schwab. Munis, mutual funds, blue chips, and I saved plenty with Schwab's low commissions. Every day I tell my daughter, think long term. Make your own decisions. Be your own man.
Choices. Dad's conservative, and that's okay, but I'm after high return. At Schwab, I can be aggressive. I just bought some high-growth mutual funds and an undervalued stock.
Stan Mikita hearing it once more from the Chicago Stadium crowd. exciting, this capacity assembly tonight.
Have to always talk about Mikita's hands and his great stick handling ability. Just look here as he's, I'm telling you, he can control a puck. There's an illusion. Look at this stuff. Bob Sauvé went fishing. Stan Mikita toys. No hitting. And look at this, stick and all. What a player he was. Still has it, Jakes.
Never go for any of those deeps, JD?
Quite often. Thank you very much.
I just had to mention it. There's Savard trying that spinorama move. But Darcy Rhoda will get to the puck and steps over the line of the heroes of hockey, and the shot is blocked by Bob Sauvé. We've seen Sauvé in that net down. We saw it earlier, Glenn Resch. Why? Why do so many goaltenders become analysts, JD?
Jigs, we learn lessons from the broadcasters that do play-by-play. That's where it is. When you get on the back nine, you start thinking about it. Actually, they can sit and watch and analyze. Never their fault.
Right? Save, yeah, never their fault.
Never their fault. Bobby Sauvé does some French television work in Canada, does some work scouting for the Devils.
Eddie Shack just put one off the blocking glove of Murray Bannerman. Bill Russell can't get to the puck. Russell now a coach in the International Hockey League, assistant coach. Reggie Kerr holding the puck.
Bobby Hull on the ice for his first shift, Jigs.
Number 9 is there. He's teamed up with Reggie Kerr. And Kerr with the puck here now. Looks for Hull in front. Can't get it to him. And out comes Marcel Dion. Kerr knocked it away from him. Shack with it here. Bobby Hull right behind him. Stole the puck, but Red Kelly is back on the play. Kelly, who was huffing and puffing after practice yesterday and again this morning, moved in. Dion couldn't finish the play. And the Blackhawk alumni comes to center ice. They're ahead 3-0 in this game.
Remember when Red Kelly was coaching in Pittsburgh and had the pyramid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something a little different.
Never used that in Los Angeles. Coached in L.A. The original coach for the Kings back in 1967. Was 2 years there. Went on to Pittsburgh for 4, and then Toronto for another 4. Mike Mahavlich, Jim Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld with a shot. Bannerman, no problem there. Dion puts it back in the net. And out come the Blackhawks. I told you about the youth of this Blackhawk alumni team.
Good point. Good point.
Preston cross ice, but behind Phil Russell. Now to Kerr, and he shot one high and wide in the net. Here is Marcel Dion. Has lifted it out of the zone. Down the ice. Chasing it back is Peter Marsh. Coral, Marsh, and Pappen. Goal scorers tonight for the Blackhawks alumni. Eric Nesterenko is on the ice as Brian Campbell is offside at the blue line. Big M.
Here's another opportunity to win.
Played in 15 All-Star games. Of course, the Maple Leafs, where he won 5 cups, 3 of them with Toronto. Had his left wing assist record finally broken last year by Vincent Damphousse, who will be playing in the NHL All-Star Game representing Toronto tomorrow. The Big M's now a travel agent living in Toronto, Ontario.
Stanley Cups, 2 of them with Montreal, 1 with Toronto. Yet you know, John, you look at those numbers, he never led the league in scoring. Never led the league in goals or assists or total points in a season. And one more time, Murray Bannerman keeps the 0 up there.
Murray Bannerman's son is a mite goaltender, a young fellow by the name of Dana. Talking to Murray before the game, he started shaking his head. Said, why couldn't the little guy want to play center ice? Or maybe left wing. But goal, Rod Gilbert really gave Bannerman a rough time during that last scoring chance. You see Gilbert getting in front, screening. Bobby Clark, the stick work. Oh, life is tough, even in the Heroes games. Little smile.
And now the puck being handled there by Barber to Howell. The shot blocked. Bobby Clark feeds it across, and Goldsworthy will go for it. Jimmy Watson puts it back in the net. Bobby Clark out in front. Barber was there, but Jack O'Callahan, a nice play to break that up. Bob Clark trying to get into the slot. Goldsworthy was all alone in front of the net, and they can't get the puck to him. Here's O'Callahan to Eric Nesterenko. Mr. Elbows, as you heard in the introductions tonight. Brian Campbell gets checked at the blue line, and Sittler plays it to McDonald. Barber moves in. McDonald holds it, then shoots well wide of Bannerman, and it will bounce outside the line for Nesterenko.
The elbows has life pretty good now, huh, Jigs?
Ski instructor, John?
In Vail, Colorado. Teaching skiing. Got involved with a movie, Youngblood.
Must have made a lot of money.
I think so.
Here's Darryl Sittler now. That must be a nice life, all right. Savard to Sittler to Savard, the backhander. Yes, he has scored. Just as he did against my broadcast partner tonight, John Davidson. Savard gets a big goal.
One of the fine goal-scoring defensemen ever to play in the National Hockey League. The general manager of Montreal's Canadiens jams it in. Serge using his smarts. Jigs knowing they're down 3-0. He's got to move in and join the play. And he jams a rebound past Marie Bannerman. Bannerman finally beaten with 4:04 remaining in this game. Uh-oh, looks like a trade. Looks like Bannerman gets beat finally for 1 goal. They're going to give him the hook. A little Mike Keenanism here. Bannerman's been traded.
But Serge Savard has the goal for the Heroes of Hockey. They